Coach, Miami went 2-2 at a tournament at Lipscomb this past weekend. Overall, how do you feel about Miami's play?
Yeah, happy to get 2 wins. And when you look back at that App State game, really love the way that our girls competed and they fought the entire game. And we went into extra innings and they literally just played hard to that last out. So excited about that win. But honestly, looking back at our 2 losses, they were some pretty disappointing losses for us. And when you look at it, defensively, we just had too many miscues. We had errors, and that was really uncharacteristic of our team. Going into the weekend, our fielding percentage was at a 972, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make plays behind our pitchers. But like the message to our team was, hey, we just have to learn from this. We have to move on, and we have to get better. And on a positive note, I really thought we had a great practice yesterday. Our athletes came out, and they were just ready to go. They were locked in. We focused solely on defense yesterday, and just love the energy that they came out with and their effort level. So, big picture-wise, as we've been telling them, it's a process, and we have to be able to trust the process. And regardless of outcome, we have to be better every weekend. And I know because of the adversity from last weekend, I know our kids will be better this upcoming weekend.
Speaking still of last weekend, Courtney Veerstra in the circle. She had an amazing weekend, 1.15 ERA, 2 complete games, 33 strikeouts. How did she elevate Miami's play this weekend?
Right. I think anytime Courtney's on the mound, the team feels confident behind her, and Courtney's obviously been throwing the ball really well. And you said it, the numbers are there. But what I talked to Court about is I've been most pleased with just her commitment to her preparation and her commitment to developing her mental game. And I honestly think that that's the biggest reason for her success as a pitcher. But again, anytime Courtney's on the mound, I think that our team is confident and she's always going to give us an opportunity to win. And she had a great weekend, and just really proud of what she was able to do.
Ashton Sloan hitting. Yes. She had a grand slam in the first game against Appalachian State, a 2-run home run to give Miami the lead against Eastern Illinois. What can you say about her level of play this weekend?
Right. I mean, she hit 500. She walked 6 times. She slugged over 1,000. Her on-base percentage was over 500. So Ashton obviously had a great weekend. She was the catalyst of our offense, and really she did what we needed her to do. She's our 4-hole hitter, and she just had an incredible weekend. And sometimes hitters or just athletes in general, they get into what we call as the zone, and Ashton was in that. And I know she's feeling pretty confident right now with what she's able to do in the box. So I was really proud of her and what she was able to accomplish. But I'd also like to talk about Mackenzie Moore. I thought Mac did a great job this weekend. I mean, she hit 500. I think her on-base percentage was over 500. She slugged over 700. So Mackenzie also had a really good weekend for us.
This upcoming weekend, you travel to Southern Illinois for a tournament. What is your game plan for Miami squad?
Right. First off, we're going to go into the weekend and we're going to take it one game at a time. And our focus is going to be on finding a way to play strong for 7 innings. And when you look at the box scores from this past weekend in the App State game and the Lipscomb game, we honestly just had 1 bad inning in each game, and it cost us. So our message to our kids this week is we've got to go out, we've got to play 7 strong, or however many innings it's going to take us. And we're going into the weekend with 3 goals. And one, it's going to be about just getting back to the basics, playing good, solid, fundamental softball. We've got to play smarter, and we're going to have to minimize mistakes both mentally and physically. And I think if we're able to do that, we'll have a successful weekend.
You opened the tournament on Friday against the host team, Southern Illinois. What are your thoughts on Southern Illinois' team?
First and foremost, have a lot of respect for Coach Carrie Blaylock and her staff. I think she does a tremendous job. She's just a tremendous person and been a great friend and mentor for me. So a lot of respect for SIU. They're playing really well right now. They're 11-5. They've had some great wins on the year. They beat our conference rival Ohio twice. They beat Mississippi State, so they're playing well. It looks like as a team they're hitting .282, which is pretty good, especially given the competition that they've played. And they've got a good pitcher on staff in Brianna Jones, and I believe her ERA is right around a 1.3. So it'll definitely be a good game. And it is our only game for the day, so that'll be good. And I do expect that we'll see their ace. But as long as we go out and play the way we're capable of, I think it'll be a good day.
On Saturday, you're playing the University of Illinois at Chicago as well as Butler. What are those teams' strengths?
Their offense. And starting with UIC, they have played a tough schedule. It's going to be one of those teams too where their record is not going to be indicative of the team that they are. But as a team, they're hitting .326, and considering the pitching that they faced, that's a pretty impressive stat. They've got 6 kids hitting over 300. They've got 1 kid hitting over 500, 1 kid hitting in the 400s. So, they've just been doing a really good job swinging the bat. And as far as Butler's concerned, pretty typical Butler softball where they're going to have some kids that just flat out run, and they're going to have some kids that hit for power. So expecting a good day there.
You wrap up the tournament on Sunday with Green Bay and Iowa. What are your expectations of these teams?
Yeah, we start the day off with Green Bay, and it looks like they've only played 5 games on the year. I think their tournament last weekend got canceled. I'm going to assume it's because of weather. They look like they have a good pitcher on staff, and they've got a couple of kids swinging the bat well. Next, we play Iowa, a Big Ten team. It's always fun to go up against the Big Ten, and they've got about 3-4 pitchers on staff, but are relying heavily on one pitcher. But looks like a team who's been swinging the bat fairly well. And, Iowa's just going to be a good team. They've got a new coaching staff there. I'm not all that familiar with their style, but, we'll have a couple of days to be able to scout them when we head out to SIU. But, at the end of it, it's really just about us being able to come out and play the way that we're capable of. And especially after those tough losses this weekend, I know that our kids are ready to go, and we're just all ready to get back out and compete this weekend.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.